I'm Tiffany Fernandez.
And I'm Megan DeVries, and we did our project on semantic feature analysis.
Semantic feature analysis is a treatment that was developed to aid in anomia, the inability to recall certain words. This is a very common feature of almost all types of aphasia and other disorders as well. This treatment implements a basic training to the patients to think of the various features of an object to help them name it. Theoretically, the more the object is described, the higher the likelihood that they will be able to come up with a name. The treatment is highly repetitive and can easily be transferred to use in everyday life, as very few materials are needed and the client can learn to self-cue. The various features that the client describes can also help the listener to gather information about the object they're trying to name if the person with aphasia is unable to think of that name. Semantic feature analysis was originally used on clients with TBI. Studies have now shown that patients with anomic aphasia and other fluent aphasias are most likely to benefit from this treatment, but success is not limited to these candidates. Semantic feature analysis has proven successful in patients with non-fluent aphasia, but generalization to untrained items was not found. This is also a beneficial strategy to use with school-age children.
After completing semantic feature training, patients should exhibit improvements in their ability to name trained items. Case studies have shown mixed results in regards to the generalization of the strategy to untrained items. Some studies show significant improvement in the naming of untrained items, while others demonstrate no gains in naming items that were not trained or categorically related to trained items.
The client is a 54-year-old female that had a left ischemic attack and was diagnosed with anomic aphasia after formal testing. She has no other existing conditions that would affect treatment and has had no therapy prior to this. The client is starting this treatment 1 year post-onset.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good, thanks.
So today we're going to start something called semantic feature analysis. This will assist you with the problems you've had finding the names of objects sometimes. I will show you a picture and ask you to answer different questions that will help us describe what the object is. This will hopefully help you to think of the name of the object, and eventually you will be able to use it on your own. Are you ready to get started?
Sure.
Okay, great. So this is the chart we're going to be using. You place the picture in the middle, and then we're going to answer different questions. So the different questions that we're going to go through are group, use, action, properties, location, and association. So our first picture do you know the name of this object?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, do you know what group it would be in?
Is it like clothing?
Good, good. Clothing. So we're going to write that in there. And what is it used for?
Well, I wear these.
Okay, so you wear it. Good. And where could you find one of these? The location?
I don't know.
Okay. You could find them in the closet or maybe in your drawers.
All right, I have those in my closet.
Okay, so we're going to write closet here. Good. And can you describe it to me? What properties it has?
Well, I have one at home, and it's pink. It's soft.
Okay.
It's
Pink.
soft like cotton.
Okay,
Cotton.
good. Yes, that's good. They can be different colors and made of different materials. Cotton is good. And does it remind you of anything? The association?
I used to wear these when I went to work.
Okay, so we're going to write work. Good. Now, do you remember the name of the item here?
Yeah. A dress.
Dress.
It's a dress.
Very good. Great. Now let's try another one, okay? You did great with that. Erase these answers here. And now here is our next item for naming. Place that there. And do you know the name of this?
Yes. That's grapes.
Grapes, okay, so we're gonna write that down. And can you tell me what group it's in?
Uh-huh. It's a fruit.
Fruit, good. Okay, and what is it used for?
You can eat it.
Eat it, good. Okay, and where do you usually find this?
The kitchen.
Good, good. So under location, we're gonna write kitchen here. Good. And can you describe it to me? Maybe the color and the shape?
Sure. It's green and round.
Green and round. Great. And what does this remind you of?
Like berries.
Berry, sure. Great. Okay, and what was the name of the item again?
Grapes.
Grapes. Good. We have that right there. Okay, so let's try this one now. Okay. Do you know the name of this?
Oh, it's I can't think of it.
Okay, that's fine. Well, let's try answering some of these questions about what it is. What do you use it for?
Driving.
Driving. Good. So use, driving. And can you describe it? What properties it has?
It's big.
Okay, big.
And it has doors and these tires.
Good, tires. Okay, and where would you find this?
In my garage or on the street.
Great. Those are great locations that you would see these. And what group does this belong to?
It's a car,
Okay,
like a big car though.
a big car. Good. So can you think of the name of the item now?
It's I don't know. I can't think of it.
Okay, that's fine. This is a truck. Can you say that for me?
Truck.
Okay, so we're gonna write truck here, and I'm gonna have you go back through and review the features that we wrote down. Could you read some of them for me, please?
Sure. So it's big
Mm-hmm.
and it has doors and tires. People can drive it. You can find it on the street, in a garage,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a car, a big car.
Okay, great. Those all describe a truck. Very good.
So now we're going to revisit this client 2 months after the introduction of semantic feature analysis. We're going to be working on making this therapy a more independent process. This time I'll be the clinician and Megan will be the client. Welcome back.
Thanks.
How was your weekend?
Great. Actually, I feel like a totally different person today.
That's great.
Yeah.
So are you ready to start?
Sure.
Okay. So for the last 2 months we've been working on semantic feature analysis, but I've been asking you the questions. So now I want you to use this chart by yourself. You're going to name features, and then I'll still fill in the chart. Okay?
Sure.
Okay, so here's our first picture. Do you know the name for that?
That's a light. No, that's not it. It's, a lamp.
Good. Now let's use our chart to come up with some features.
Okay, so, group. It's, lighting.
Lighting. Okay, what else?
Use. It's used when it's dark. It makes it, what's the word? Bright. Properties.
Yeah, can you describe what it looks like?
Yeah, but I don't know how to say it.
That's okay. So it has a switch
Yeah.
and a lampshade.
Ah, right. That's the word. Shade on top. And I have these at home. Oh, that's location. And it reminds me of home, I guess.
Okay. That's great. So can you tell me the name of the item again?
Yeah, lamp.
Lamp. Good. And here is the next picture. Can you remember the name of this item?
No, I can't.
Okay, so let's use the chart to help us describe it.
Okay, so group, it's like a tool. So do we write that in here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we use it to fix things.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a long handle, and the top part, it's metal. It's properties, so location, I don't know.
Okay, well you can find it in a toolbox.
Okay, yeah, toolbox. It reminds me of my husband. He uses it when he's hammering in nails. Oh, hammer. It's a hammer.
Great. Okay, and how about this picture?
Okay. That's a plant?
It's a plant. Can you think more specifically what kind of plant?
I don't remember the name.
That's okay. So, again, we're going to use our chart.
Okay, it's a plant. And I guess it grows. I used to have some growing at my old house. They're usually red and have petals and a stem. You can find it outside, and it reminds me of my husband too. He gave me some on our first date.
Oh, that's so nice. So, based on what you've described, can you think of the name for this item?
No, I just don't remember the name.
Okay, this is a rose. Can you repeat that?
Sure, rose.
Good. So now we're going to go back through all our features and review them.
Okay, so it's a plant that grows, and it's red with petals and a stem. It's outside, and it reminds me of my husband and our first date, a rose.
Good job.
Semantic feature analysis can easily be generalized to everyday use for clients. Instead of the feature map, an object such as a keychain with different colored beads can be held to remind the client of the 6 different features used to describe items. This will require some training in order to implement the new keychain or similar object, but eventually the client should be able to prompt themselves for the questions. So here we have a piece of yarn with colored tape. This paper shows the client the key for which colors correspond to which features from the chart. The client can keep this in their pocket and use it in everyday life. Wait.
I went like this.
Can you tell what it is? Can you see it?
Oh, that sucks. Semantic feature analysis. Oh no, I'm never gonna get it.
The generalization of the strategy to untrained items. Some studies show You started smirking.
Anybody can see my smirk.
After completing semantic feature training, patients should exhibit improvements in their After completing semantic feature training, patients should exhibit improvements in their ability to name trained items. I can't. It's all your fault.
Okay, so here's our first pick. Oh God, why? I just want to do it every time. You about it already?
That was good there.
Okay, so here's our first picture.
Oh, I didn't know you were recording.
Sorry, you're gonna kill me. Can we do it again?